Hi,
Hello.
Yes, okay,
Oh,
things
oh
are
my,
working.
I've got an ad for like a pizza burrito. Sorry.
Hello,
That sounds
everyone.
amazing.
Welcome to our Monday shenanigans tonight. I am Simon at Wondering the M. You know me. You've been around. Let's just introduce the cast very quickly and then recap our last session and agree as to where will the party head out to next. Let's start with the person. This time we'll start with Sarkia.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We all need to have shirts, I swear. Um, yes, I am Kelly, the opera geek. I play Sarkia, who is a sorcerer and nope, wizard.
She was a
And
wizard.
yep, and I still don't know how a wizard works, but that's okay. We haven't fought much. Yay. Lima bean. Okay, sorry.
Beanie baby.
Um, Up next. Oh, pupper. Up next is Ragnar.
Hi, I'm Ragnar, the ranger and currently hired guide of the group. And I at least know what my class is.
Listen. Shut up.
All right, moving on to our next character, Alize.
Hello, I'm Timai and playing Alize. She is a confused soul. She thinks she's better than pretty much everyone, even better than Fancy Pants, you know. But yeah, she's full of secrets too.
Can I just point out that the ancient aliens angel on top of our Christmas tree is like coming out of the top of Justin's head right now?
Yep.
Is such a thing even possible? It might be.
Up next, Etten.
Well, hello. I am Etten, and I am not only the official town greeter of Dugan's Hole, but I'm also a cleric, and I am very certain of what I need to do. And I also have a dog on my lap, so if I'm moving strangely, it's because she wakes up. You say hi, Lima Bean. Hello.
And last but not least is Helafine.
Hey guys, I'm Diana D'Amico. I am Helafine, the Goliath monk who's decided she wants to be as heartless and cold as Mr. Fancy Pants. She got really good at lying last episode, so just saying.
Or a certain set condition of good.
Why are you belittling my accomplishments?
With a certain audience, let's be honest.
I will take you back to that temple and drown you. Stop it, Ragnar.
And that's in like you'd be drowned in Etten's bathwater.
Oh yes.
I'm sure there's
What a way to go.
Nope, we're not gonna talk about that.
So that said,
I'm gonna
what
say fur water because that's disgusting.
what happened last week? 2 weeks ago?
We went to a temple.
Took my
And
first hot bath. That was
Yeah.
delicious.
yeah, everybody got to take. Well, not everybody. Etten and Alize took nice hot baths, and discussed God with a swindler, as we later found out. Ragnar and I went and we got paid for the dick sickle. Got that taken care of. And yeah, we met a bunch of puppies and giant birds.
And
I just
that's
love the idea of people that have never been on this before, and they have just heard Dick Sickle as a quest item turn in. Welcome to the stream.
By
We
the
I see no
literally,
issue.
We literally, our very last thing was ending with Alize falling flat on her ass as she tried to mess with the axe beak.
I don't remember that.
And I was arguing with a small, like, jelly bean dragon who was mad that I was trying to pet a dog.
Yep.
And you agreed to sew him clothes, as I recall.
Yes, I've already come up with an idea for that. It's taken care of.
You're gonna give him an outfit. Makeover episode.
I know.
By the way, my brother started watching us, so PG-13 from now on, you guys.
Oh shit.
Can't do that.
But we did end also, aside from the shenanigans at the stables, which is where we're gonna pick back up. But the group met also with Copper Knobberknocker, the gnome at the temple, who, along with Mishan, explained sort of what the Church of a Monitor was trying to do in harnessing the powers of the gods to create something that will rid the land of the curse, and then what was her name? Madeira? Oh boy. Your
Funky
contact.
cold Medina.
What?
Beer is a
Adora?
wine, so I think maybe you just want alcohol.
Beldora. Yes.
Same thing.
Actually, not even close to Madeira, but okay, we'll give it to
There
you.
was a D
same thing.
and there was an R.
I was close.
They were letters, Kelly. It's basically identical.
Look. Anyway, she told Ragnar about a bit of what was happening regarding the their mutual enemy and how the Xantharims were trying to take advantage of the troubles in the region. And as we pick back up, today, we find our 5 adventurers still in the Brinchander stables, Etten under a pile of dogs, Alize flat on her back in the Axbeak stall, Sarkia putting Thrun back into her backpack.
Quite
Elephine.
forcefully.
I don't remember what was Elephine doing at the end.
She was trying to pet a pupper.
I was still petting puppers.
Still petting puppers, and Ragnar coming back from his conversation with
Sees
Beldora.
this entire mess,
Yep.
and so does his contact. Yep.
I don't know what he was talking about. She just is the proprietress of this establishment that decided to let us rent these animals.
But we're not
I-
paying for them.
Yeah, I believe she said she didn't own them.
She said she didn't own them.
Well, then I guess we're getting them for free. How nice of her.
Yes, she already said that.
Yeah, I know. How nice of her.
Isn't that just called thievery?
She gave
No,
us
that's
permission.
if we take them. Yes, she gave us permission.
No, not seeing the difference.
No, one is when you take it, and they
I
don't
don't
know
see the
about it.
difference. I think they're both fine.
Actually, I don't say anything because I'm having a conversation with her.
And I'm under a pile of puppies because I told them that they had to audition to see who got to come with us.
Didn't they all pass?
They all, yeah, I mean, they all passed the audition, yeah. Yeah. And they,
But now they believe that you will take them all outside.
Yes.
I want to know what was the stringent, harsh conditions N was going to lay forth for his trial.
Well, they all passed because they all wanted to go. So, who am I to deny them?
The trials of Etten.
Yes.
I still think the Axe Peaks wanted to go with me too, but
They don't seem to like you very much, Alize.
I think they're just playing.
No, he murder squawked and tried to eat your face. Was
I'll
I
tell
the
them
only
not
one
to
that saw
eat
it?
you. Don't eat her.
He's not gonna eat me.
The axe beaks turns to you and cock its head. And then looks at Alize next to him in the box.
No, no, no. That is not food. That is my friend. Don't eat her.
I'll
Okay,
eat you.
dogs.
Sarkia will stand up and address Fancy Pants. Do you know where we're going? Can we take these? I didn't hear that they were free. Are we?
I assumed you knew where we were going because I'm the guide, and you all decided on the destination.
Well, I know the general direction of where we're going, because Kelly totally marked it. Yeah, it's by the Dwarven Valley, is where we're going.
Guide us without knowing where we're going.
We're going to the Dwarven Valley for something, and then we're going to the Black Cabin for something else. I am not the note taker in my marriage.
I know where the Dwarven's goods are, yes, in the Dwarven Valley, that we're going to get and return, ostensibly, yes?
Most
Yes.
of them.
And then we will get the fish off of the wall.
No, we won't. I'm going to destroy
We
the
told
fish.
him he'd get the fish.
Okay, I'm going to try to make it so it can't speak.
Well, that's the
Fine.
only reason I want it.
That is the whole thing about it.
Yes. Well, it is very large, knucklehead trout, too.
And wouldn't that make it so that there were 6 fishes instead of 5, as Lathander previously discussed?
Well, Lathander
Didn't I
said
say this first?
goldfishes.
Didn't I say this?
Yeah. I'm just watching poor Simon, who probably actually wants to tell a story at some point.
No, no,
May
I'm just.
mean one of you doesn't survive.
I was
Oh.
just about to say that, but I didn't want it to get that dark that early.
Because, you know, in his vision, Lathander clearly stated 5. No more,
Yes.
no less.
Well, yes.
Well, in that case, we already have
Something is
Thrun, and
happening.
isn't he another fish?
Oh, no. He's
No,
a dragon.
He's a dragon.
Oh. Very sad.
Heliphine will have gone to pick out a couple of sleds at this point, because I think we talked about taking 2, right?
Yes, I did. I was at one point telling you guys to, pick out sleds and sled dogs.
Cool. Yeah, I would go and pick out 2 sleds.
Okay. Sleds. I just need to remember how many dogs you can fit on one sled.
15.
Maybe?
An Ettenful?
Well, all of them are going, so... We
This
will
just
determine
turns
the-
into like a 101 Dalmatian style jailbreak where we open up the door and they all go running out.
Okay, baby. Come here.
All right, you need at least 2 sleds. 2 dogs per sled, just to be able to carry the sled almost empty.
And how many dogs passed?
Oh, no, my
Etten's
bad, 1.
audition?
1.
Okay. How many dogs passed Etten's audition?
All of them.
All of them?
Which is how many?
All of them.
Which is a total of 19 dogs, not counting the puppies.
Well, we'll be warm. They will make a great cuddle pile.
I don't think we need all 19. Etten, can you get those 5 right there
Oh,
to
no.
come outside so I can hook them up?
Are you going to tell these poor dogs that they can't go?
No, I'm just saying that they can't pull this particular sled.
Etten, how would we feed them all?
Well, we have more dogs, so we can carry more food.
Where are we going to get the food, Etten?
Right here.
Are we stealing that too?
We
It's
are
not
appropriating
stealing.
it.
There are indeed bags of feed for the axe beaks, but you do not see much dog food around.
Oh,
We won't be able to feed them. They're gonna freeze to death.
no.
We
We'll
don't
have
want
cuddle
them to be
piles.
hurt.
But they're gonna die out of hunger. We're gonna be leaving like dog corpses as we walk.
Why
Don't
would you
have to
say
be that
that?
dramatic.
Thought you didn't want it to go dark that fast. Holy crap!
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm just like thinking what could happen, you know, like they're little,
She
the
doesn't mean
snow
it's
is
God, but
high,
you could
like
pull
they
a sled. You could pull a
Oh,
sled.
I
I know
forget
you
about
could.
that one.
You can't pull a sled. You are just. What are you doing? Oh, buddy.
Okay. Well, I will tell the dogs. These people don't want you all to go with us.
No, that's not what I said. I would love them, you know. They're
She
kinda
said she
cute.
would kill you and leave your corpses behind in a trail all the way to there.
I didn't say I would kill them.
The-
I'd say if it come to us like picking me or
But
the
we
dog
can't
getting the
understand
last
him right
food.
now. But we can't understand him right now, Alize. He's speaking to the
Yeah,
dog.
he turns to the dog and barks a thing, and then 4 dogs turn
Great
around.
speech of Beast and Leaf.
Yeah, 4 dogs immediately turn around towards you, Alize, and they bare their teeth and growl.
What did you say, Etten?
I simply told them what you said.
What? They're gonna die out of hunger? Like I'm looking after them.
That you would leave a trail of their corpses all the way down the street.
I didn't say I will lay him down. I said like if it comes to me versus a dog, I'm gonna choose me to eat the last piece of food.
Well, what you said and what I heard are two different things.
I
Um,
look at the dogs and like nod my head and say, "That's not what I said."
I am ignoring all of this, and I am leading an axe beak that I have saddled up out past all of them, being like, I will wait for you all out here and the sleds that you all will be riding, presumably.
Sarkia has not been doing any. I mean, she's not part of this. She's been told by Thrun that she can't have a dog. So instead, she's just sitting there waiting, and she's like messing with what looks like a piece of cloth in her hand.
Did we decide that the Axebeak cannot carry Helaphine and myself?
The axe beaks can carry. Um. mm, 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 mm.
I think we're too big.
Yeah, it would be 4 times that. So, sorry, got to do quick math.
No, that is quite all right.
Whoops, that was a division. They can support up to 800 pounds.
Oh wow.
Look.
So perhaps they can.
800 pounds?
No, wait, my bad. That's what they can drag. Ah, that makes more sense. 280.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm too big.
Me too.
I'm
So-
I'm not.
How much?
And she
feed
looks at
is
Thrun
there?
and she's like, "Can I have a bird?" Are you role playing my dragon right now, Simon, or just staying quiet?
What's those birds?
Those yes.
They're gonna
Are you
eat me.
talking to your backpack?
You're outside. You can't see this.
Now I'm walking past her because
Yeah,
she
he
said
is.
she was standing there doing nothing.
No.
Are you talking to me to ask if you can have a bird?
No. No. I don't need your permission. You're my employee.
Then who are you asking?
Me!
So you are talking to your backpack. Because I'm assuming the voice came from within her backpack
Yes.
where she stuffed it.
I mean, it's not really the backpack. It's, the room.
Why are you asking the... You know what? It's...
He feels bad. I think he wants the attention.
Oh, okay. But have you ever ridden anything before? Phrasing.
I feel like that's a loaded question.
It
Don't
might be
worry.
easier for you to take the sleds.
Okay. And then as she walks away, she's just muttering to her backpack. She's like, maybe I shouldn't do anything nice for you. You're ruining everything.
Yep.
Okay, well, the more dogs, the more sled we can carry. So, if you want to ride on the sled, and you want to ride on the sled, and I want to ride on the sled, then we need at least all of the dogs.
Okay. Let's go then. Where are we going again?
Without any gear, the four of you will need two sleds. One driver who's going to be standing at the back of the sled, and one person sitting where there would be, gear and equipment.
I'm already like standing at the back of the sled, like ready to go.
Okay, dogs, get in the spot where you're supposed to go.
Even without their understanding of you, the moment that Elephine gets behind a sled, they instinctually just arrange themselves in two teams. 2 teams of 8. There will be 3 adult dogs left behind with all the puppers.
Oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, but somebody does need to watch the puppies, so you can't all go. But we'll come back, I promise.
Beldora says, "Don't worry. I'll handle it."
Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking to the dogs. Who are you?
My name's Beldora. I was in the corner trying not to interrupt. You seem like you really like animals. Hello.
I like everyone. Goodbye!
Goodbye. And she just goes back to corralling the dogs into one of the stalls.
Is it, or was it rather, obvious that Ragnar and you just said her name and I forgot it. That they knew each other?
It looked like it. Maybe not on a deep personal level, but they seem to be familiar enough that when you entered the stables, you remember Ragnar went straight for her.
Okay. I'll kind of, under the guise of going back inside to grab more gear or something. I'm sorry. Did you say your name was Beldora?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, our guide has told us so much about you.
He did he? Only good things, I hope.
Oh, yes. I mean, he was super excited to come here and to talk to you, and I just, it's so nice to finally meet someone from his life. He's very secretive.
Next time, try not to be so direct when you want to get information.
From behind Helafine, Sarkia just pokes her head around, which I assume would be around like Helafine's shoulder, and be like, what's his name?
Yeah, that's all we want. We're
Tell us, please.
putting together a birthday celebration.
He keeps giving us different names. Could you just,
That's it.
the name,
That's all
just
we
the
want.
name. What do you want for his name?
Can Helafine make a
We've
deception
unfortunately
check
gotten
with
rid-
advantage?
We
Aw,
had
fudge.
a frozen dick, but we got rid of it, so I can't throw that into the bargaining.
You said deception with advantage?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Oh no,
eat
wait.
type.
No, that would be
eat
persuasion
type.
with advantage. Persuasion with
Okay.
advantage.
You know what? It's the same score. I'm really glad I had advantage. 17.
17. Let me check. Let
Sorry.
me do a check. Whoops, that's a typo. Come here, you.
Yes, you are Tom Hanks right now, Justin, in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
Ha!
Ragnar never gave you his name?
You know,
Thank
he
you.
said it. He said it like once, and then just it felt really rude to ask again. So thank you so much for all of your help. Okay, bye.
I don't have anything to actually pay you with, but I will in the future.
Oh, what for? Those aren't my animals.
The only money I have is what I owe Ragnar.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't have to pay me for anything, but if you want to throw your coins at me, I'm not going to say no.
Do you want me to like toss a coin at you? That's a little weird. Who would do that? And she just kind of turns around and walks out of the.
And you
I
slip
will.
on an ice puddle coming out and crack your skull on the ground. You're dead.
Okay, bye.
With a triumphant stride, I will walk directly over to Fancy Pants, and I will say, "Oh, hello, Ragnar."
I'm so sorry.
Hello?
Who?
That's your name.
Who?
Yes?
Did you guys get his name? How?
Wait, time out. Why? This was supposed to be my moment. Why are you taking this away from me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You lied to us about your name for ages, and I figured it out without your help.
I'm very proud of you.
Unfortunately for Helafine, Sarkia sticks her head around the other shoulder. Actually, we just asked the lady inside.
I
How
imagine.
does she know?
Well,
I think
Doldora
it's
knows
like
my
his-
name.
I think it's like his ex-girlfriend or something.
My
What?
my ex-girlfriend. Yes.
Really?
No. Unfortunately, I don't
I mean,
think.
but how can we believe you? You've lied about so much.
I know.
How long have you guys been together for?
I think about 15 years.
I can marry you if you want to
Wow.
be proper.
No,
I can
I'm-
perform
I
a
believe-
ceremony.
That's
I think
so
in Iceland
rude that
there
you
were
didn't
common law at this
introduce
point.
us like this.
I imagine that she might sometimes regret her decisions. You probably don't like put your laundry in the hamper.
No, at this point we don't see each other much, as you can tell. So
Mhm.
You
Maybe
didn't
for the
seem to
best.
miss her that much. I like just observing from a distance.
indeed, it's almost like we have a working relationship.
You took all the fun out of this. And then
I'm
I'll go
sorry.
and stand on the back of the sled again.
While they are having this conversation, Aliza just goes to her and like gives her a random hug and say, "I'm sorry," and then she'll like walk away.
I realize people are sewing up on names.
Beldora is just stunned.
Okay, goodbye.
And with that strange encounter, the group leaves Brinchander. It's unfortunate I don't have the... Oh, yes. Baying of dogs, please. More dogs.
Always more dogs.
They should show up at some point. But you leave Brinchender through the southern gates, past the statue of this drow warrior, and around town to head towards the Dwarven Valley. It'll take you about, let's say, a couple of hours. Maybe less. Yeah, normally it would take you 4 hours. But with the dogs and the sled and everything, it's going to take you a tiny bit longer because you'll have to stop for the dogs, since they do get tired after a while. Just so you know,
Potty break.
Yeah.
Everybody potty break.
just so you know,
don't have
for
to
the
go
future.
right now.
Jesus. What was I gonna say? Damn it! Yes.
For the future.
For the future. Technically, you have to stop for a short rest every hour that you travel with the dogs. Otherwise, they start getting exhausted.
Short rest every hour?
Yeah, it's weird like that.
Wow.
I mean, have you ever pulled a Furbolg and a Goliath through a snowstorm? I'm just saying, I sympathize. Like,
But the difference
Etten
is-
has.
The difference is, while, yes, you have to take a short rest every time, the sled goes much faster than you would on foot. So it comes up faster in the end anyway. But you can always drive the dogs to, exhaustion to go faster for a longer while. But
Are we thinking of Dwarven Valley, or are you thinking of Targos? Because Dwarven Valley looks a bit farther on the map.
Dwarven Valley is 8 miles away. If you go in a straight line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not that
It's
bad
just across
because
the tundra. Okay.
yeah, but the dogs make the way across the tundra very, very safe and very fast. That said, as the dogs go for potty break, unfortunately the DM has to go too for bio, so I'll be right back. If you want to roleplay during your break, go right ahead. It'll take like 2 minutes.
I'm going to roleplay somebody who needs to know exactly how many spells a sorcerer knows at second level versus
Well-
spell slots.
Well, first off, you're not a sorcerer.
I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard, Kelly.
no, I don't like that. That was your trucker justice voice. That's not an appropriate
no,
application.
that one's more like this. You're a wizard, Kelly.
The same thing.
Get in there good and deep, like.
Stop it, please. No, I should have just played my sorcerer from the home game. That would have been easier. But I'm confused. It says
We don't do things the easy way here. We make it as difficult as humanly possible, Kelly.
I keep forgetting one of the best things about clerics is that I can redo my spells every day.
Yeah,
Every single day.
yeah, and
Because your spells are from God.
And I have the spell book, which means I know more than I can cast, but I don't know how many more I know than I can cast.
Exactly as many as your level up guide. It is exactly as many as it tells you in your
Yeah.
guide.
D&D Beyond should allow, it'll tell you exactly what you can add and can't add, as long
The
as you have the
difference is
spellbook
there's a
equipped.
difference between known and prepared. That's it.
Okay, because it let me add a lot of spells to my spell book.
How many you know?
I know. Well, I need to add another cantrip apparently. Hi everybody in chat. I know how to play D&D. As long as I'm playing a bard.
It's hard. It's a lot to keep track of.
So I need another cantrip apparently, and then I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first level spells, but I only can cast 3.
You know
Yes,
what's
that's fine.
great about being a monk is that you just hit things over and over again.
Yeah, see that's what I like about bard. Most of the time I just mock people to death.
You know what's great about being a cleric? I know 16 friggin' spells, y'all.
But how many can you cast?
6.
Okay, that's a lot, though.
Actually,
whatever level we are, too.
More than that, because I have my always prepared one. So 8. I can cast 8 spells.
What do you do? Put a band-aid on?
Sick burn.
Well, we'll see who gets cure wounds next time.
Actually,
Someone's
yes,
not
8
being
is
invited
correct.
back to the cuddle pile.
I'm mad at Etten. He threw me under the bus to those dogs.
Thank
I
you.
didn't mean
You
to
don't
harm
know
them.
that.
Were you
don't-
outside of the cuddle pile, you mean?
Left you out in the cold. Didn't invite you in.
I'm just picturing Etten with like a living coat of dogs that have just like cuddled up to him.
That's the trick. See, yes, 10 or however many, 16 dogs went with us, but I'm the one that's pulling the sled, and they're all just like cuddled on.
Look back, there is no driver. It's just Atten pulling the reins, and all the dogs
Yeah.
lashed onto him.
Precisely.
What's everyone doing for the holidays? Are you playing any games?
Ooh, I just got invited to one.
Yay.
What is it?
I am playing on the 26th. I don't know any details about it except that it's for
Rollvember.
Roll20. It is Scum and Villainy, which seems pretty cool. You're like a pirate crew in space.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
I like space games. Well, I'm starting a new vampire game. My first vampire game.
I'm
Are
so
you?
excited for you.
Yeah, and thanks to Diana, I have my new dice set too. But yeah, so we're not gonna be streaming it live in the beginning. It's just gonna be posted on YouTube. But this is my first World of Darkness game that I will be playing, so I'm super excited. We're starting in January though, so I'm not playing anything during the holiday.
What channel is that going to be on?
It's going to be on, I should probably know this, Darkness Before Sunrise, I think. Let me check. Terrible. Stories Before Sunrise. Stories Before Sunrise.
Stories Before Sunrise.
Yeah, and we are playing Chicago by Night. The
Okay.
name of the game is gonna be The Red Star. And guess
Fun.
what I'm playing?
You are playing a Bruja.
Ah, how dare you? No.
No?
That
Oh, I
was
thought-
my second best.
Toreador?
Yeah, of course, darling.
Uh,
Yeah. indeed.
Toreador.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I always, until I did the one charity game, I always play a Toreador. But
Oh,
I've
really?
been told on good authority that I am actually a daughter of Cacophony, which
cacophony.
fun.
Cacophony.
Ah, caco. Okay, so I think I have this sorted out now, except, okay. I understand now why I couldn't add another cantrip, because guess what I googled for the spell table, everybody?
Wizard spell table.
Spells you know.
Sorcerer spell table.
Oh, of course you
Oh
did.
my goodness.
I mean, they
Bard.
all go
You
cuckoo.
googled the Bard spell table.
I did. I did.
Okay, I'm
I
back.
mean, I still enjoy greatly the time that I managed to kill in one campaign, like, the big bad in Barovia. Not Strahd, but somebody else. With a vicious mockery, because he only had 2 health points left, and I'm like, this is how you do.
Nice.
Damn.
Hi.
I killed a
Much
boss
more
with
preferred
a,
when you got your
rap
neck snapped
battle
by my big bad.
as a bard, so that was pretty good.
Am I muted?
No, we're
No.
just ignoring you.
Okay, good. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, you're back.
Yes, Justin did in fact have one of his big bads break my character's neck at the end of the game.
Oof. So as you stop for a moment to let the dogs breathe, you find yourselves in the middle of a ring of hills. You know you're about 2/3 of the way to Dwarven Valley. There's very little in ways of vegetation. So everything is mostly barren. The light of those auroras make the snow around you twinkle. And amidst all of this and the, prevalent darkness everywhere, you see cresting over a hill a bluish light. And after a few seconds, the light begins to dim into a shape. You notice, just walking up the hill, probably curious as to who's here and who's making noise, a reindeer. But a rather strange reindeer at that. A reindeer with glow-in-the-dark antlers.
Sorry, Diana. We just got greeted by a reindeer with glow-in-the-dark antlers.
Sounds legit.
What color is the reindeer itself?
If you look on roll 20, you would see they're gray.
Oh.
Gray and white, with a pair of massive antlers that are glowing.
Oh, hello!
Sarkia would just kind of like stare in that the look of somebody who's lived in a city their entire life and is seeing something that's very beautiful for the first time that she's never seen.
Would Aliza ever would she have read about these deers at all, or no?
I mean, you can make. I'll let you make a nature check.
Oh my!
Would I have seen them before?
Yes. Alize would have read about reindeers, but not glow-in-the-dark reindeers.
Oh, I know. I read about those. Though I'm not sure if they were glowing like that, but
They're pretty normal for these parts.
yeah, look like White Walkers.
It's roughly 1 in, my god, 20 or so reindeers can develop these glowing antlers. However, it's been more and more common since the advent of the darkness. Seems like in response to it.
Like every once in a while you'll come across one with glowing antlers like this. The ones that you want to look out for are the ones with the glowing noses. I hear they're very rare. But this is it seems to be happening more frequently. How intelligently? I'm guessing this deer is staring at us now.
Yep.
Is it alone?
How intelligently is it looking at us?
You can make a perception check. And yes,
No.
Ragnar, it is alone.
Oh, hello!
I guess Sarkia will make a check too, just because she's sitting there staring at deer.
It does not reply to Ettin's hello.
Would you like some fish jerky?
16.
Instead, it just keeps staring in your direction. And Sarkia and Helifine would notice that not only does the deer have glowing blue antlers, but it also has glowing blue eyes.
Guys,
Same.
I don't like the way it's looking at us.
I actually have a very a question for the GM that I've never asked about Sarkia. Do
Mhm.
my eyes glow at night? I have no idea.
No, you have piercing blue eyes, but
Okay, because they are all glowy in the portrait, and I was like, did you change something? And like,
No, no, no.
Good.
No, they're
Um,
like they're, let's say, reflective, I guess,
Oh, okay.
but
Shining
not.
a flashlight at a cat in the closet.
Yeah,
Got it.
but not like them. Like in his case, the eyes glow maybe like as bright as a candle, but the antlers glow almost like a torch.
I'm assuming an
And-
8 doesn't hit anywhere
No,
What is
you
wrong with you?
jerky.
you throw you you
can't
unleash
take
an arrow at him, at it, and the arrow lodges itself in the snow a few feet away, in front of that deer. It
Fuck,
looks
yes,
down
No.
and looks back up and just turns around.
Should we follow it?
No,
I don't
why?
know.
I think maybe we should follow it.
But the dogs are resting.
Have the dogs taken notice of it?
Oh yeah, they did, but
But they aren't
They're
like
not-
alarmed right now.
nah, they're not hunting animals either, so they're not going to try to
Okay.
go after it.
Right, but
So-
I'm saying that they aren't like unnerved at the presence of this creature.
Nope.
Okay.
Small familiar was still a bird. I never changed him back when we were in Brinchander.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a white, what did we say, like a peregrine falcon, like a white falcon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of, okay, go back to bed. I kind of, send him off after, and I do the creepy eye thing and see if I can see where the deer's going.
The deer walked back down the hill and then started galloping. I guess they gallop. Farther away. Through the eyes of your eagle, you can see a faint plume of snow. Wow, plume of smoke rising from the snow. It is maybe, my God, from bird's eye view, maybe half a mile away.
Is it in the direction that we have to go?
Nope. It would be, so if you're heading northeast to get to Dwarven Valley, it's going southeast.
Can I instruct my familiar to get a little bit lower? Not too much, but he has good eyesight. So see if he can get a little lower and see anything. Let me just look up the and by the way, it's an owl. We decided on an owl, not an eagle, not a falcon. We're both just
Pigeon.
can't remember.
Snowy pigeon.
A snowy pigeon?
Yeah. Or
N-
pelican.
no.
Penguin.
I was just gonna.
Not good for the flight bit, but
Wait.
I mean, we're just going to keep going. So yeah, I would have, yeah, I have keen sight on that. A keen hearing and keen sight. So advantage on those rolls.
Yes. So you can make a perception check with advantage.
Perception. Oh, I thought I could, I guess I thought I could click that. I can't. So we are going to do 1d20 plus 3. No, 18.
With an 18, you fly lower and you notice that this, there's this, ooh, word in English. It's not an igloo, but it's something similar.
Like a hut?
Yeah. I know it as a quinzy. but that's... I don't know if that's the word for it. It's okay. So picture a mound of hardened snow, not sculpted block, and someone dug a tunnel inside and dug out the interior, and then left an empty hole at the top for smoke to come out.
It actually looks. I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and I think your word works for it. So I would, I guess, tell it to come back, and I would wake up and turn to everybody. It seems that there's like someone has a house very close to here. Well, a hut.
Who would want to live out here?
Do you? And she would turn to Ragnar. Do you know of any like rangers that live out this way? You've lived here for a while.
Yeah.
So helpful.
Well,
It's
it's
not
not
far.
our mission. We need to go get the dwarf thing so we can get my fish. So...
Wait. Who
I
saw
don't suppose
that?
you saw a herd of reindeer that ran off, right?
No, this reindeer was walking very directly to this hut. Did it go into the hut? It didn't.
Nope, it's going towards the hut, but it's gonna take... Well, depending on how long you follow it, yes, it's going to go next to the hut, and someone's gonna crawl out of it. And yes, I finally found it at the same time. It is a
Yes.
Quincy.
Yes.
Um,
Looked it up.
someone comes out of it, pokes their head out mostly, and look to the reindeer, nod, and go back inside.
So it looks like the reindeer lives there, and it looks like the reindeer told someone we're here.
Did this someone look friendly?
I couldn't see that close.
And we'll be ready for them. We know that they exist. Let's just do our mission. We can't stop and say hello to like everybody.
Well, but how? Wouldn't you like to meet the person who has like a reindeer friend and lives out in the middle of like? I feel like that's a pretty good ally to have.
Except it's
Are
the
you
other
asking us to
direction.
kill them?
No, the opposite of that.
It's the other direction, though, Helafine. Like, if we go do our mission, when we come back, we're already going south. It would be a very short detour. If we do our mission first and then come.
Is it snowing at present?
No, it is not snowing currently.
Is it windy at all? Like, is there the risk of losing the tracks?
The reindeer's tracks, probably if it ever snows.
Okay.
But the dwarves themselves, like, you didn't have tracks, just a general direction.
No, I mean the reindeer tracks.
Yeah,
Like,
the
if we
reindeer
went
tracks,
and then
if it
came
ever...
back.
Yeah. If it ever snows in between, you would lose them.
Okay. We would lose the tracks if anything happened with the weather. We might not be able to find our way.
But we don't have a reason to go.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of animals out here in the north.
A magical deer just came and stared us down on the road.
Go that far. We don't know if it's magical.
Do your antlers glow?
I don't have antlers.
Well, there you go.
I think Helafine, I think we need to get done what needs to be done, because Ragnar is going to start adding onto the fee. And I
Well,
don't have that much money,
why are you still paying him?
because I promised.
Ah,
Oh, I'll tell you guys what. It's not that much further to the dwarven wreckage, right? Where their cart is. I'll go and I'll meet you guys there.
Oh, no, I don't.
I don't think that's a good idea.
How would you find your way there?
You know, I spent some time in the wilderness too. You weren't the only one who's traveled.
No. Last
I
time
know.
you walked by yourself, it didn't end up well.
You fell
Excuse
through
me?
the lake. You fell through the lake.
Yeah, and I was fine.
Mm.
I'm not a child. You all need to treat me like I know what I'm doing. And she'll start walking towards where the deer went.
Oh. Oh.
I guess we'll catch up with her.
Oh. I need my fish.
She really showed us she's not a child, right?
Yeah, she can handle her stuff.
Maybe we just pop in. Perhaps they have some chocolate or maybe some fish.
Give her a couple of the puppies to keep her company.
She does have one sled, and actually, point of order, one of you is on my sled and one of you is on her sled. So
I'm not on the sled.
Oh,
I'm going on foot.
Which means one of those sled isn't moving because she was the one who was driving the one sled.
Well, the other
But we'd
person
stopped
in
anyway,
that
hadn't we?
yes,
Yeah,
but the
I
other
can-
person in that sled can always take up the place of the conductor, the driver. Yeah. So the question
We'll
is,
probably move faster without.
I'll grab
me
the
on it.
reins
all right.
and start moving it.
So Elephine goes her way, and the rest of the group heads toward.
Ooh.
I go to wherever they pay me.
No, we can't leave her alone. This is. Ooh.
She's not alone. She's with the magical deer and.
What had I? What? Just out of character, Justin. What had I promised? How much money had I promised you? I don't remember what our division was.
All of it?
Yeah. No, I did not promise you all the money. I don't remember what the division was that you would have gotten. Like, I know we got money last episode, but I think it was 90 gold each.
No, you guys all got 80 gold each
You
because
got
I lied
80
real
because
bad.
yeah, you lied. So
She just divided it up very badly at points.
so Sarkia will, look at her bag, and she knows that the quest money is earmarked for the guide, and she says, how much for the detour so that she's not alone?
I'll start a tab, and then I'll just kick my axe beak off to follow after her.
Okay, well.
Because as I go off over the hill, besides, you won't be able to find the Dwarven Valley without me. And
It's a fact. So I guess, Alize, do you want to take the reins on the sled, or do you want me to? I think one of us is gonna have to make an animal handling check.
Oh no! To drive the
okay,
sled
good.
around, you don't need to. The horses, the dogs are trained to do just that.
Yeah, I'll drive. Right.
Okay. Okay, Alize, I'm not Alize. I'm Sarkia. She keeps messing with her backpack. And you would hear grumbling as you're driving. And she's just sitting back there.
Halifine, you got a good head start on the group, as they need to tie the dogs up again, harness them and everything, and then turn the sleds around. You've made good way to the Quincy. You notice that the reindeer is still right next to it, staring in your direction, standing tall, almost menacingly, like a guard dog would. There's no light coming from inside, but there is a bit of smoke. And nothing else. Like, there's no hunting or fishing implements outside, no sled, no like traveling gear, snowshoes even. that someone would use. Definitely the person living here is accustomed to life on the tundra.
As I'm sort of digging in my bag for one of my turnips to offer the reindeer, I'll just kind of... Hello?
Bold of you to come here.
Well,
He
we
says.
saw I saw your deer on the road, and it's just so unusual to see one by itself.
It's the deer replying.
Oh God. You can talk.
And you can make obvious deductions.
Yeah, I'm real good at that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. It just seemed like you wanted me to follow you. Would you like this turnip?
He walks closer, slowly. Antlers down, like almost ready to charge. And when he approaches you, he says, "This is a fitting tribute. We'll let you through our territory."
Forgive me. Who's we?
He turns his head to the Quincy. Ishta's and mine.
Do those names? Does Ishta mean anything to me?
Sounds like a a human name, but also maybe a bastardization of a giant name. Something that's fairly common among the people living in Icewind Dale.
Cool. That name. Are you a giant?
Do I look like a giant?
No, that's very much why I like you and followed you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to prod. This is new to be talking to a reindeer. I don't really know what to say.
Then leave.
Okay. You said we can pass through safely?
Yes. But don't worry. We will let her know where you were.
You don't have to do that.
I believe we do.
What if I give you another turnip?
Another turnip. And you never come by this place again.
Deal. I'll like throw the turnip into the snow sort of at its feet and start like speed walking back from whence I came.
Alright. As you do so, you take a few steps and you would see cresting the hill, the sleds and the axe beak coming your way.
No! No! Go back! Go back!
Oh, hello!
Turn around!
You can hear her voice on the wind. It's muffled, but you can hear the words. And Ragnar, of course, you're at the head of this this group. I don't know how to call a group of sleds.
Parade.
It's a parade.
Yeah. No, I have no idea what it is. I
Where you
choose
at?
to call it a parade.
Sure, we'll call it a parade. You're at the head of this parade. And you would notice behind Elephine, from the Quincy, this very hairy man is crawling out on all four, coming out of the Quincy. Not wearing much in the ways of clothing. Mostly a pair of torn breeches and a heavy fur coat that it wears. He doesn't seem to wear anything underneath it. A bit like that other person you met, who was Sefik, who was dressed very inappropriate for the temperature outside.
Is he in hailing distance yet?
Since you're at the top of a hill, he's like farther down. The echo might carry the hail out.
Hello.
Turn around!
Light certainty is always there.
Can we not see her?
Oh yeah, you can
Very
see her
obvious.
coming and screaming and motioning for you to turn around.
I told you, and Alice is not even trying to grab, like, wait for Helafine. She'll like pull on the reins to turn the deers around. I mean, doggies.
The animals pulling our sleds keep changing every 5 minutes. They just polymorph.
I was gonna get close enough to Helafine to be like, I was paid to make sure you were brought to no harm, so...
I'm fine. I'm fine and we need to go.
And as you say that, Helafine, the entire area behind you, the Quincy, the reindeer, the plume of smoke, there's just nothing anymore.
Oh, goodbye.
It's a valley between two hills, complete with snow, again, twinkle from the aurora, but everything faded from sight.
Do you guys remember the wolves? The wolves that weren't wolves?
Yes, that was just last week.
Right,
Yeah,
no.
The
That's
blue-eyed ones that look like the deers with the blue eyes.
yeah, more of that. And I bribed them so that we could pass through safely, but I don't know how long that's gonna last, so we should probably go.
So they did threaten you, and you're saying I should have aimed better.
I'm
No,
won-
they
So you
threatened us, and I gave them my turnips.
So not necessarily our allies. you'd say.
No, sort of the opposite of that. They said that they were going to tell her we were here, and I don't feel like it was a good her. I feel like someone we didn't want to know we were here.
Did
so
you?
we should
Yeah. Did you say, Simon, that we saw the man?
Yes, all of you. Helafine
we
would
would've-
not have seen him because her back was turned to the hut as she was running away. But yeah, you all saw him. He came out, he looked at everyone, and then it just, everything sort of melted away, if you will.
I think
was weird.
maybe we should keep going to the Dwarf Valley because I don't like them saying that they're going to tell her.
We should go now.
Okay, is that fish really worth this? Like, I
I
started
don't
to
think
question
so,
this.
to be honest with you, but
It is to
Etten-
Etten.
We
Etten
can't just go
considers
buy
it
it.
important.
They told us they would sell the fish to us, right?
Well,
No.
but now we have to help those poor dwarves.
We did
They're
kind of
depending on us.
I think you guys were getting paid in more than fish, at least if you were hoping to pay me.
Yeah, we were getting.
I
I
find
don't
you
remember how
another-
much.
Nope, we're going to the valley. Hop on, Hillafine.
I will hop on.
I will switch to Etton's sled because otherwise it will be overloaded. That sled. So
I would
Helafine will be
give
with Alize. Yeah.
Yeah, I would give the reins back.
I will hop on.
And you all make your way in the direction of the Dwarven Valley. Like I said, you were about 2/3 of the way when you encounter this strange reindeer. So about an hour and a half later, you happen upon a sight. In between two snow-covered ridges. So picture like a if you had a hill before, but someone dug a way between, like right in the center of it. Though this is natural, this is not man-made. But as you crest it, you see below you a half covered in snow, a dismembered dwarven corpse. Its torso is poking out of the snow. And you notice a leg is a few feet away, but you do not see the rest of the limbs nor the head, which could easily just be under the snow.
So, I'm assuming we stopped the carts, but, or the sleds, but, Sarkia will kind of be like, oh dear. And it's rather well preserved, I'd assume, given the cold?
Given the cold, yes. The snow around it is still like pinkish from the blood, and you can also see that the snow all around this body has been trampled by a lot of different sizes of boots. And from the what would be the southwestern direction, two large and deep grooves in the snow, similar to what your sleds are making.
And southwest
It's
is
leaving
where
to the
that-
southwest.
Southwest is where that hut was, right?
No, that would be southeast.
That was southeast, okay.
Southwest would be the direction where you were coming from.
Okay,
But
so
you never
Bridge End.
saw those grooves.
But those could easily have been left by the dwarves that were here, trying to get away. Right?
Could be.
'Cause they said they fled.
Yep.
So Sarkia will kind of get down next to the corpse, and probably is going to be futile because it's frozen. But
My bad. The tracks aren't going southwest, they're going north. It's the opposite
so
direction.
definitely not the dwarves then.
Yes. My bad.
That makes more sense. And she'll take out of her bag, like some brushes and the little pick, and she's trying to like clear the snow a little bit around the body without like hurting it, if that makes any sense. Just to see.
Yeah,
if
what's
she can like see.
what's everybody else doing? I'll skip from one person to the other as this is happening.
I'm checking over the tracks, seeing, it's clear that, this is where they had the scuffle, and then the grooves that head to the northwest, are there any other big tracks alongside with them? I'm mostly looking to see the Yeti tracks, because they said that a Yeti attacked them, so I'm looking to see where the Yeti wandered off to.
Alright.
Alize is investigating the surrounding area to see if, something was out of sight that we didn't see at like the first glance.
Okay. So far I'm gonna need investigation from Sarkia and Alize. survival from Ragnar. What about Etten and Elephine?
So the carts, the sleds that they had are not there, correct?
No.
It's presumed that that's what made the tracks the dwarf carts.
Probably.
I'd like you to know I have a +5. It's supposed to be a specialty. Crap.
No, they're all gonna hop off and do their thing. Etten is gonna keep going further down the valley, following the tracks.
Okay.
Oh, come on, doggies. And then if I get too far ahead, I'll stop and play with the dogs.
Okay.
This is the way we want to go.
Elephine is probably having a bit of a breakdown internally right now. She's just like she's almost on autopilot with the sled and running the sled with the sled dogs, but she's thinking back to every time she's ever spent around animals to wonder how many of them could understand her and talk to her, and you know, how many giants she might have spoken to in alternative forms, and who is this person who is she who now knows where they are, and is probably freaking out a little bit internally. So she's totally distracted.
All right. One thing that you would remember, Helephine, is that of all the animals, especially the griffins that your clan raises, you've never seen one with shiny blue eyes like that. You don't know if there's a correlation between the two, but blue-eyed animals that can speak so far have only started happening, well, since this whole thing started about a week ago.
Cool. Not really cool.
Gonna put her mind at ease there.
Yes, it's my intention. You, Ragnar, would find that the tracks are not just grooves. Well, yes, there are grooves in the snow, but the grooves are actually hiding other tracks. So it's something else went forth on that path, and then whatever made these grooves followed. With a 23, you correctly identify bear paws. At least 2 bears, adults, walked in that same direction.
Possibly being used as something to pull the sleds?
Probably. That said, you also find out that almost matching the same grooves, and this is a bit of an Aragorn moment where, you know that they were transporting iron, so they should have sunk a certain amount in the snow, and these grooves are just a little lower, a little deeper, so that means that something else that was heavier than the iron passed by the same route. And on the crime scene, I should say, around the body, Alize and Sarkia are searching for something. Sarkia approaches the body and attempts to, unearth it from the snow.
Mm-hmm.
As you lift the body up, you realize that it is missing every limb save for a leg. And the head is also missing.
They're not anywhere in the crime scene.
With a 5 in investigation, you find at least 1 leg.
I had a 9 with a +5.
Yeah. Yep.
So Sarkia would like to at least look to see if the limbs were taken off cleanly, or if there's like kerf marks, like the wild animal scavenging.
It
Wants to know what
doesn't
she has to be worried about.
doesn't seem like any animals came through, but clearly those wounds weren't made by a sharp implement.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Like that.
no, you know that You know when you have like these buffalo wings that have like the 2 bones, and then you eat them, and then you like spread the bones to like tear them apart and eat each bit? You eat buffalo wings like that?
Helly doesn't
No,
eat
I don't
chicken
like
on the
that.
bone.
Shut up.
Oh.
Anyway. But
Well,
I
you know like
understand
how
what
you take a
mean.
wishbone and you
I know,
snap it?
I know, 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 I know.
A picture of the wishbone
okay,
is a
so-
dwarf.
So this is manual.
A strange
disartic-
phrase.
This is manual disarticulation. Okay, got it.
Yes.
I would pass along my findings to the rest of the group and say, yeah, no, animals did not do that.
Yeah, I
Etin
found
is
this
gone.
one too.
Something extremely large must have. Oh, thank you for the. What is that? A hand? A foot?
No, I think yeah, maybe an arm.
Okay. No, this was definitely like Etin. Could you pull someone's arms off if you tried hard enough?
I don't believe I'm
Etin
there.
is not there.
Oh,
He
Etin's
kept
playing
going.
with the dogs.
Yep.
Kept going.
Playing with the dogs. Okay. So I'll just look at Alize and say, well, it's got to be somebody very big. It's either a giant.
Or a
Ah!
Yeti, I will say sarcastically, standing over the both of them.
Yetis
The
aren't
Yeti,
real.
like the dwarves told us.
I don't think they're. Don't think.
Yetis are real.
Dungeon Master.
Yetis are real.
Yes.
A, is this a thing that giants can do? And B, is it likely that it's something giants would do?
I'm just saying size. Why?
Is it a thing that giants could do? Yes. An actual giant, strong as it is, not a Goliath. Well, maybe some Goliaths.
A real giant.
But could. Would they do that? Not unless they were really, unarmed, back against the wall, last line of not last line of defense, but like trying to do everything to survive a combat. Like, yeah, sure, they probably would, but it's strange. Like, giants would probably just have punched the dwarf unconscious and then killed him once he was unconscious, if that's what they wanted to. But do they have the physical might to tear away a limb? Yes.
What
It's
would I
just-
have to roll so that I'm not metagaming something about local wildlife nature?
Yes. It's just, Elephine, you know that giants aren't animals. They don't
Right.
act like that.
They're just kind of rude sometimes.
Yeah, they're like frat bros.
That's a good description. I like that.
Sarkia will look a little worried suddenly and ask Alize if she saw any feathers anywhere.
No, I didn't find any feathers. Why would I?
She will go find Ragnar, who is.
Ragnar is
was-
literally standing right next to you.
Oh, I
after
thought
he
I
found
thought you
his
were
tracks.
I thought you were northwest looking at the track. Sorry.
Yeah, and then he came back, and he was the one who sarcastically said, like
Oh, the
Yetis.
Yeti. I thought that was just us.
No, that was in character. He was specifically saying Yetis because the dwarfs told us it was a Yeti attack.
I would like to now, like, seeing that there are things torn apart and that Etten isn't with us, I'll probably start trying to head just a little further up to see if I can get him within eyesight.
Yes. He's playing with the dogs.
Did Alize read anything about Yetis before?
Well, Yetis don't have feathers.
Yetis don't have feathers, and they mostly hunt by lying down under the snow.
They're lazy.
And then they spring up on travelers as they feel the tremors on the ground. And they take someone, drag them under the snow, and tear them to pieces.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Ragnar, in your experience, have you ever she's gonna kind of look around and then step a little bit closer, so she's just whispering. Couldn't owlbear do this?
What? An owl bear? What?
I read about them.
Are you? Okay, dwarves, shrunk or not, wouldn't confuse an owl bear with a yeti.
I don't.
They look very different. One screeches, one's about 3.5 feet taller and yanks the person to their death, while the other tears it apart with their beak and their claws.
Is there any evidence that this dwarf was yanked under the snow before he was dismembered? You're gonna make me roll again?
You rolled a 9, so go ahead.
Yeah, roll again.
I'm trying really hard. Okay.
Did we just find out that your character has some terrifying fear of owl bears?
No.
Is that what this is?
No. I'll tell you later.
Yep, he
19.
was definitely, as best as he could, dragged under the snow.
Okay.
It's just the scuffle that followed sort of trampled the snow all
That's what
around,
made
so
the
it
mess.
doesn't.
Okay,
yeah,
okay. That's what made the mess. Because I was a little confused because he was like above the snow.
yeah, but it's
Only parts of them.
Okay, so Yeti. Didn't think they were real. Got it. So is it still here, Ragnar?
Are any of us yanked under the snow to our deaths?
I'm the one paying you. I think maybe you should be a little nicer. Be professional.
I'm being very professional.
Maybe we can send one of the dogs to run around.
Don't even say that.
There's nothing here. It wouldn't stay here afterwards.
All right.
It
Is
went
there
to the
anything
north.
like? Is there anything like identifying I could take off the dwarf so I could take it back to his friends and be like, "Hey, here you go, something to remember your friend by, like a necklace or anything?"
His head.
No, his
I mean,
hand
his
is
head
missing.
Would be good, but I think the it like slurped out his brains.
Is there another frozen penis around?
Shut up.
Don't answer that, please. Don't answer that.
Just don't.
There is nothing about the body that could, like, you could probably take a piece of his clothing, though blood-soaked.
Is the clothing identifying, or is it just regular traveler clothes?
It's, well, I mean, it's identifying in the sense that they probably remember what he was wearing before he died. But the thing is they know he died.
Okay. I was thinking more about something that they could like bury or something. I don't know how dwarves do.
They probably would, but also knowing that this is Icewind Dale, and that everything is frozen over, burying is probably not in their first, like, order of business.
Okay. So then, Ragnar, do you know which direction it went?
The direction the sled went, and presumably something took it.
Are you saying the Yeti took the sled?
I'm saying something took the sled, and I don't usually presume Yetis to be that. Something took the sled.
What direction did you say that the tracks were going?
This
North.
way! This way! Come
Northwest,
this way!
North, northwest?
North.
North, north. Almost like towards the Black Cabin north?
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we're going further north, which I mean, that means we can go do the quest for the lady with the fake god.
Well, one thing at a time. As the group is leaving the gully, we're going
That's
to
dangerous.
we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Everyone, stick around. Give us about 5 minutes. And We're not muted anymore. Hello, everyone. Transition screen that takes forever.
Hello.
So, we'll go to Etten for a moment before the rest of the group followed along.
Oh, hello.
You decided to head over, like, I assume just like a minute or so, you're still within more or less line of sight of everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're playing with the dogs, and all of them are having fun at finally being free, when one of these dogs leave the pack.
Oh, no, don't come back over here.
He looks at you and barks excitedly.
What'd you find?
Mrrr. And he
I will go.
turns on himself until... Yep.
Okay. What did you find? Show me.
It goes off about like 30 yards away.
I will follow.
You follow the dog. Helifine, from your vantage point, you would also see, because you told me you wanted to keep an eye out for Etten, so you would notice Etten probably hear the dogs bark a bit, and then Etten and a dog would leave and head farther away than what you can see.
I would probably try and move up closer so that, again, he's still in line of sight.
Okay.
I'll cast guidance on the dog.
Ooh. The dog reaches a patch of snow and begins digging, like frantically.
Ooh, what did you find? I too will start digging. In the same manner, like bend down and just start throwing snow between my legs.
Which, arguably, your hands are a lot wider than a dog's paws. As you start digging with the dog, at some point, the dog shoves its head in the snow, and you hear a snap as it rears back and holds onto a tuft of gray-white hair with, like, a bit of bones sticking out and sinew still attaching it to something under the snow, and it's just and playing with it
Ew,
and trying
no, put that down. Drop it.
to
Not food. Drop it. I will smell it.
It smells of cold old fur. Maybe like a sheep.
I will look disdainfully at it and then continue digging to see what is deep under the snow.
You dig around and you find this body of a yeti.
Oh no.
And the thing that snapped was not a bone or anything. You notice the broken shaft of an arrow.
Ooh. Do I recognize the arrow to come from any particular society?
Well, you've been around the spine of the world and all that, so yeah, you would do a have a Legolas moment and just pick up the arrow and say, goblins.
Goblins?
Yeah.
Oh, they killed a yeti. I will dig the yeti all the way out of the snow.
It was lying face down. The dog basically took a chunk of its, like, the back of one of its thighs where the arrow was planted. And you notice that there's about 8 more arrows planted in the back.
Am I close enough to see any of this?
You... Not the Yeti itself because it's still dug into the snow, but when the dog took the bite out, you would have seen the dog with something in its mouth. And then just Etten going back to digging. And he did... Yeah, no, you probably, let's say, for the sake of this, when he took the arrow shaft and looked at it, inspected it, it would have also been in your line of sight. So you would have seen Etten dig out an arrow.
I probably would approach at a slightly quicker pace at that point.
Once I've got the Yeti all the way out, I'm gonna take all of the arrows out of it. And I did not prepare ceremony, but I will take the clump of fur and put it back in, and then I will gently place the Yeti back into the hole and cover it back up. This might take me a few minutes, so.
Yeah, so Helifine would... you were saying that you ran over to Etten?
Yeah, I don't know that I would have run seeing that Etten isn't totally freaking out, but as soon as he lifted up the arrow, I probably would have, like, speed walked over.
So by the time you get to him, like, he started burying the Yeti again.
What'd you find, Etten?
It's a dead Yeti. It's very sad.
Okay. And why is it dead?
Goblins.
I will immediately start, like, scanning the area around me for any signs of more goblins.
I'll hand her one of the arrows.
You can make a perception check if you want to.
That's a 2.
The only sign of goblins around would be the tracks. You're not that far away from the grooves, where the sled was going. The Yeti itself did, or whatever tracks the Yeti would have left in the snow, has long since been buried. So if goblins had ran around, either it would look like the gully where the dwarf was, or you wouldn't see any traces of them. Cool. However, the way the Yeti is placed, face down in the snow, the arrow would have been launched from the sled. Like from the direction of those grooves.
Gotcha. So just so that Diana, the player, is understanding. Yes. Based on the context clues that we have here, goblins took the sled after the Yeti had killed the dwarves and scared them off, and the goblins killed the Yeti.
Yep.
Cool.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Goblins beats Yeti. Etten, if I help you, can we go back to the others? I don't like being over here by ourselves.
Oh, we're never by ourselves. Lathander is by our side.
He's by your side. He doesn't care about me.
Oh, that's not true. You're a fish.
You're right. I am a fish, and I'll start helping him to bury the Yeti.
Somewhere on the other side, I just sneezed. Like, somebody just said something about a goddamn fish, didn't they?
And I see them both, like, trying to bury something. So I just, like, shout out over there. What are you doing?
We're burying a Yeti.
What? Did you find a Yeti?
Ex-Yeti.
What? Somebody found a Yeti?
We found a Yeti.
Wait! Don't bury. Let me see. Can you just? I run up there like trying.
It's a dead Yeti. What do you want to do with it?
I
I
never
will.
seen before.
Don't desecrate the corpse. Let it lie in peace.
I am not. Just wanted to see what it looked like.
It stinks.
It is the body of a large and tall, about 10 feet tall, broad-shouldered, hairy creature, the hair on which looks almost like the matted hair on a sheep that wouldn't have been shorn in a while. And it's got whatever skin you can see is a light purple gray in tone.
Whoa, impressive.
He's quite large.
Is
This
that
why they
enough?
call me Aiden.
Can we finish burying it now? Are you done?
It's almost as big as that thing we saw that was inside the ice. The big giant.
Almost. They range in size, but it's the goblins, and I'll hand her one of the arrows too. The goblins got it.
Goblins got the Yeti.
Yes. Classic game of goblin dwarf Yeti.
It looks like they took the cart too, so I don't think we're gonna find it around here.
No, but these goblins must pay for the death of a Yeti. It's only right.
So we are gonna start chasing after Yeti killing goblins
It's correct. And they have the sleds.
while she is kind of after us.
No,
But
she doesn't know we're here. I gave the deer 2 of my turnips.
Okay. But
Out
they
of
said
context,
hurry
that
up.
sounds very strange. I don't.
Very. They weren't even good. I tried it. And I even like the fish jerky, so that says a lot. But
Okay, well then you shouldn't eat my rations because they're not yours anyway. So
I'm not, because it was good anyways. But yeah, so this is just like too much, don't you think? For like a fish on the wall?
it's not for the. We said we would go and do the thing for the dwarves. Didn't
We
you see that one
did.
guy? He didn't have a nose.
I'll speak up from behind the trail past them and just be like, it was a she. She didn't have a nose.
They didn't have a nose.
If it helps assuage your conscience, they also said they would split their money with us.
Fine, let's go. But let's hurry up, because this is just getting like crazier by the minute.
Come on, dogs. Everybody on the sled.
Which way did the tracks go, Ragnar?
I'm just sitting there by the trail, just the axe beak pointing north.
Okay.
They might have a bear or something.
What?
I said something. You don't think these...
It was the other part of that sentence that was concerning.
Well, there's not a lot of bears around here anymore, and I don't think... You said goblins kill the Yeti? I don't think they would have...
Goblins.
I don't think they would have easily domesticated one, so, I mean, it's a bear, or... And then he'll, like, look back specifically towards the wizard and just say rather quietly, or maybe an owl bear? I don't know. They got something to drag the sled, because a team of goblins, no matter how many they had, wasn't dragging this, certainly not without leaving tracks.
Okay, let's go find the goblins and their pet bear. I'll hop back on the sled and just kind of like nervously tap on the reins until we're all ready to go.
Yip yip.
Sarkia whispers to herself, or owl there, and gets on the sled with Etten.
Come on, wizard. And I'll stuff you down in the
Wizard,
no.
thank you. Thank you for the reminder.
This sled is like a mobile cuddle pile.
What am I? Ah! And she just like disappears into like a pile of something. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Pelts.
Just pelts. Okay. Okay. All right.
It's warm in there.
I
Yip,
I
yip.
noticed. It's very warm.
But since I know there's tracks and there is some sort of animal and supposedly goblins, I guess I would be ranging a bit farther ahead of the group now to keep an eye out.
Goblins.
You keep following the somewhat obvious tracks. For
Say it like that.
huh?
Why'd you say it like that?
Well,
Like
because
there's
it's
a hidden set of tracks that we didn't find.
oh no, it's just that it's so easy that you don't need to check to follow them because a heavy sled in snow it leaves.
I don't trust kind GM.
Yeah, it's it's disquieting.
He
Carry on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. So you follow those tracks for about 2 more hours. By the time our next scene is going to begin, you can even see almost clearly the mountain Kelvin's Cairn against the backdrop of this, perpetual twilight. You find yourselves far enough away from Dwarven Valley that none of their sentries would have seen either you or what you're about to see. Seems like whoever took the sled knew certain routes, certain places to go where they would be unbothered by anyone trying to reclaim them. And so what you see is 2 things. About 100 feet from you, ahead of you, is a wide wooden sled, upon which is a pile of something dark gray and covered by a tarp that's secured all around the sled. Some of the ropes that hold the tarp down have clearly been came undone at some point, so the tarp is flapping a bit into the wind, hence why you see underneath it. And you can hear the sounds of groaning and cursing in Goblin. Ahead of that...
I do not speak Goblin, I'm sorry.
Well, does anyone speak Goblin, actually? Because you probably
I speak
would've-
lots of languages, but Goblin is not one of them.
Okay. And, where is it? Where am I looking for? Ahead of them, about another 100 feet, is a tower. A big wooden tower, maybe 2 stories, 3 stories tall. It is, lit internally by what appears to be torches. Well, is pulled along by something, clearly, that you would not see from where you are. I wish I could show you the thing, because it's an awesome drawing. But, of course, while I'm trying to fiddle to find that, I should have had it out.
Well, while you're looking for it.
Found it.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes. So the image spoils the surprise. A tall wooden tower lit from the inside with torches being dragged around by two giant polar bears.
Just you hear Sarkir mutter from the pelt. It could have been an owl bear. Could have been right.
Oh, hello. Hello. Please, oh, shh. Shh.
So up until this point, like Aliza was getting really grumpy along the way. Like with every mile, she was getting grumpier and grumpier. Like she just really didn't want to be out in the snow, just chasing after, you know, whatever it is. And normally she has like little, you know, spunk about her. Like she likes finding new things and it finds all the different types of people or creatures exciting. But she's like had it with the snow and she just really doesn't think it's worth her time. But she will like be interested in seeing this again.
So just to recapitulate, to reiterate, 100 feet ahead of you, sled carrying something under a tarp, pulled by cursing goblins, and 200 feet ahead of you is that other tower thing. So you have like tower, 100 feet, goblins, 100 feet, you.
So they're still moving.
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
It's just you're moving much faster than them.
Okay.
They are moving so slow that you... I mean, it happened like... You get the feeling that you move about 4 times as fast as they do.
Ooh. Do we... Those goblins killed a Yeti. They need to die. So I'm going to go kill them now. You all can come with me if you like.
Let's just not alarm everyone. Let's just...
You do know we were gonna kill the Yeti, right?
Oh, no, I never agreed to that.
The Yeti killed the dwarves. We were going to kill the Yeti and
No,
take
Can
it
we
back.
argue about this later?
Allegedly.
Are we going? What?
I don't care who we kill, as long as we get back what the dwarves want, which is that sled.
Okay.
Can we leave the bears alone? No, they just look grumpy.
Oh.
I'll talk to them.
Good luck
To
with
get
that.
to
Like,
the sled, we need to pass through the
Etten-
tower. first.
Etten, can you just like tell them to, like, we'll cut the thing and they can go?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. But we're going to kill goblins?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, and you see Sarkia like start getting her stuff out and making sure it's all there and that like Thrun hasn't like chewed on it or anything.
Well, let's not alert all of them. Like, let's just try to take care of the tower first before, you know, let's try to stay as quiet as possible on the way.
Etten has dismounted from the sled and he is walking forward, taking out his shield and mace, and with the goal to get within 60 feet of this sled.
The one being pulled by goblins or the big one with the polar bears?
Pulled by goblins.
Alright, the
That's
closest
ahead
one.
of the tower. Oh, is it? Okay, I got it wrong. Okay, sled is closer to us.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. All right.
I'm also going to whisper to the dogs to just stay right here, be quiet, we'll be right back.
Okay. How many goblins are on there on the sled?
You'd have to get closer to know.
Closer to, yeah. Okay. So Elizabeth will move along with Etten, and she tries to like stay ahead of her if she can, a little bit.
I have much longer legs than you do.
I know, that's why she'll try. Try to convince Etten along the way, like, let me just go quietly take a look. What are we dealing with? How many are there?
Nope.
Etin, you can't just. What if there's like.
The light of Lathander goes with me. Fret not, little one.
I am a fish! We are in
And
this
we're-
together!
We're all fishes.
Right!
Sarkia is like running up behind them and she's like slipping in the snow and she's like, but the light of the thunder doesn't necessarily go with us.
Oh, it does. I'm with you. You're with me. We're all fishes. Here we go.
Right! It told you need 5 of us. You cannot be one fish fighting.
No, but if
against-
we lose one of you, we'll have the fish from the wall, so it's okay.
Helaphine and Ragnar, what are you doing?
I'd be on the axe peak, so I guess I would just ride along on the other side, the far other side, I guess, to
Flank them?
to flank from the other side because he's heading towards the back wagon and the other wagon's
Yes.
still farther up ahead. So yeah, I would flank from the other side to try to get as close as I can towards that taller tower to see if I can see anything inside, see if there's anyone, looking out or anything from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Helaphine would be a few paces behind Etten, watching this group try and convince him not to do anything. She's not really trying to hide herself. She's just sort of walking.
As you get closer to the sled, arguing about whether or not the light of Lathander is with you or the merits of whether or not you should be in the light, the sled in front of you stops.
As soon as we're within 60 feet, I'm gonna cast a spell.
It would stop when you reach 60 feet, yeah.
Okay. Then if I have a chance, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on a 20-foot cube around the entire sled.
But goddamn.
Wow, you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a furbolg, yes.
Wait, my furbolg can't do. Can my furbolg do that? And I just
I'm
have
also
it there?
It's the
a
clerical Lathander.
light cleric.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I just
that would be
have
right.
Fairy Fire.
Etten, what's your spell save DC?
It is 14 DC or Dex 14.
Okay, so I got yeah, a lot. One of them fails.
Oh,
But I rolled 15, 17, 19, 7, 18, 18.
damn.
I think you're lying. No, you're probably not. It's
No, because it's in roll 20.
That
And even
doesn't
chat
mean
can
you're
see
not
it.
lying.
So
Chat
only
can see
one
it.
of them is lit up.
Yes. So you would see actually one tiny lit up figure try to hide behind the mound of what you can now see are iron ingots.
Isn't that the dwarf stuff?
It is.
And
Please take care of the polar bears, thank you.
gonna have to ask you to roll for initiative.
This is the thing I'm.
I roll into combat, or
Oh, fuck me.
am I too far away?
No, you can still roll because I'll get to you on your initiative turn.
Ooh.
I rolled a 10, and I have to go take this puppy out because she's whining.
Oh,
No problem.
Pupper noodles.
Okay, come on, baby.
Etten is a
Oh, this is my
10.
puppers, like puppers.
Alize is a 13.
I'm at a 6.
Must represent all
Helaphine,
puppers right now.
6.
18.
Sarkia 18. And Ragnar.
That noise, Simon. What is that noise?
Goblins fighting!
Goblins fighting. Yeah,
Courtesy
dumb.
of Sirenscape.
Oh, I'm going to have to talk to Steve.
Don't you just love them?
Nope.
And they
You're a
have...
worthless familiar. You don't fight.
Oh, they have a 21. How nice.
No!
Heck you.
I mean, you did just sort of walk up on them and cast at them. What did you think was going to happen?
I didn't do anything.
I'm sorry,
The
you're the one who
royal.
shot at the magical deer for no reason.
That's true, you did.
The
magical
evil deer
wolves.
that was evil, who then threatened us and then told us to run away.
So in other
You-
words, evil
Me?
knows evil.
Yes. So all 6 goblins poke their head out from the sides of this iron-carrying sled. They shout something in Goblin, and then they take their short bows and fire at you before hiding back into cover once more. Just so it's completely fair, I'm gonna roll a d4. On a 1, it's Etten. On a 2, it's Alice. 3, Helifine. 4, Sarkia. So, Etten. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm safe.
4 of them on Etten. 1 on Alice, 1 on Helifine. So since Justice is not there, I'll do his last just in case. But, Alice, would a goblin hit you on a 12?
No way.
Helifine, with a goblin hit you on a 17?
Yeah, it does.
You would take 3 points of damage as an arrow slids past you and lightly nicks you on the forearm.
You will live to regret that.
I will roll Etten's attacks when...
Here.
Oh, you're there. Well, you get 4 attacks, Etten.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah,
my
That was
DC
good
is
timing
16.
on that goblin.
16, they would all hit.
Stop it!
And you would take 21 points of damage.
I'm dead.
Are you really?
Yep. I only have 17 hit points.
He's unconscious, not dead.
I mean, yeah,
So
but like...
Etten cast
down.
a spell, the goblins freaked out, hid, and all of a sudden there's this... Wait, I rolled too many. I rolled 8. I'm sorry. You only take 8 points of damage. I
Oh
rolled
my
for
God.
8 goblins.
Thank God.
Yay!
Oh no, I rolled
Lysander.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I rolled 6. I'm sorry, Etten, you're down.
Yay! Nobody has any healing potions.
Wait, no, I do. It won.
So I was just like arguing with Etten about you're one fish, and he's like,
And then he
"Well,
got
one of
shot
us
a bunch
is
of
down."
times.
There's
Yeah.
the other fish. I'm like, yeah, but
It's
My
just a
God.
hail of arrow, and it so happens that Etten takes a lot of room. And
Does
was
take up a lot of
pin cushioned in front of your eyes.
I shield you with my body.
Sarkia, what do you do as you see this?
She would have been mid like, but do we? Woo! And she would see that. What are the rules in your game about giving a downed player a potion? Bonus action or full?
I use, now that I've played Baldur's Gate, I will use Baldur's Gate rules, which is a bonus action, and you can just throw the potion at them. Because
Okay.
it's funny
Hope
that
some
way.
Splashes in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's literally my only potion. So don't do that again. So that's just a regular. That's 1d4.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, if it's in your inventory, you can click on it.
Well, I was already typing, so 7.
Yay! So I took 21.
Well, you took
Okay.
17 and then you healed 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but you're back up, right? Yeah. Okay. So then Sarkia would turn around, to the now are the goblins under cover? Do they have like half cover or
They would have half cover right now.
half cover? So is that disadvantage?
No, it's just they have plus 2 to their armor.
Okay. Okay. So.
Because they're, poking their heads out, firing, hiding, so you can
One of
time
them has
yourself.
Not
Fairy
for
fire
long,
on
they're
him.
not.
He
One of them has
doesn't
fairy
have
fire?
fairy fire anymore because Etten fell unconscious,
Oh,
So-
that's right, and went unconscious. I'm sorry.
even though it lasted a second.
Well, then I'm just going to ignore their half cover as I cast magic missile. Because that doesn't.
Yeah, the goblins are not amused.
One.
How do you split it?
The 3 close. Actually, 2 of them to the one that is closest
Uh-huh.
that hit at it, and then the 3rd one to the other one. So 4.
So the goblins all have the very goblin-y names of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So you can identify
so
them
1
that
and
way.
2. So number 1 is gonna take 7.
Number 1 is dead.
Huzzah! Because he touched my friend. He offered me fish jerky.
Technically,
He's
his
the only
arrows
person who
touched your
cares.
friend.
And then the second one takes 3.
All right. There's a shower of...
Am I still by the sled, by the way? Were we just off the sled?
No, because you had walked to 60
I walked
feet.
forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're in between your sleds and their sled.
Right.
Ragnar, you were sneaking away on your axe beak. And saw these goblins fire into the group of people you're supposed to guide.
And did the tower ahead stop or do anything yet?
No, but a bird flew from the tower. Or is about... No, it did because it's on its turn. Yeah, flew from the tower heading toward... Whoa. Heading towards the sled.
Wait, so the bird flew from the tower and is heading towards the sled the goblins were on.
Yes.
Is it an
Echo, that's
overly
what I'm
large
hearing.
bird or just like a bird?
It is a falcon, I believe. No, a hawk.
No, I'm... Regardless, and at this point, I just assume everything's a damnable druid, so I'm gonna try to shoot the bird?
I don't know why you ask it as a question, but sure.
He's more like saying that to himself, just like, why not?
Could be druid. Could be not.
You don't
I guess
necessarily need to roll for damage because it has 1 hit point. So it's
Ragnar
like
just hates all the local wildlife.
Hashtag not a druid.
Ragnar takes up his longbow, aims, shoots at the bird. The bird is just knocked out of the sky and goes ragdolling into the snow.
Wow, that was a bad shot. Goblins are this way.
Exactly, yeah. Now they don't have whatever that was.
It was a
Alize,
bird.
Alize, you're up.
Alize will levitate, and again her hair start like flowing more in the air. So it's her like pieces of her dress, and she'll levitate up and yell towards the goblins. Say, I put one said giant dragon into her backpack, pointing to Sarkia. Put your weapons down and kneel, and I'll let you live.
Sarkia takes a reaction to stick her head up from where she has tried to make herself smaller. It is in fact true, there is a dragon in my backpack.
Make an... There's 6 of them still, so I'll say make a straight up intimidation check.
There's 5. We
Oh,
killed
there's
one.
5 of them. Yeah, you killed one. Make intimidation with advantage.
I say we like I've done anything. I'm just
Well,
here.
You're about to anyway.
I have -1 for my intimidation.
The goblins look at each other and 2 of them move out from behind the cover. And they put their little bows down. They're not sure. And they keep talking in goblin, like back and forth with the other ones that are hidden. But technically that's going to be on their next turn. But yes,
Yeah.
you 2 of them actually bought it. And will back down for the time being. Etin, you regained your consciousness. You're lying prone on the snow.
Ooh. So it takes half my movement to stand up, correct?
Yes.
And they are currently how far away from me to the sled? Is
60.
it still?
Yeah, because you said 60. They stopped.
Yeah. Damn. So if I move 15 feet forward, that'll still put me 45 feet away, so that
Yeah.
won't work. Never mind. Okay. Then I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame on one of the ones that did not drop their bow and walk away.
Okay.
Dex saving throw. 14.
Yeah, that's for them to make a dex.
Mhm.
Do you... So we'll say that it's number 5 and number 6 that left. So you can choose number 2 who's wounded, 3 or 4.
Number 2,
Okay.
the wounded one.
Number 2 was readying another arrow when the light of Lathander strikes him. How much damage does he take?
He takes 1d8, which is 6 points of damage.
And he dead.
Goodbye.
After the warning, they are starting to take you a lot more seriously. Halifine.
Cool. So I will use my full movement to move forward. I will spend a key point to dash as a bonus action, and I'm gonna run up to whichever one I just saw, shoot at and punch it in the face.
All right. We'll say that
Everyone
is...
protect Etten.
Yeah, that's number 3.
Cool.
Number 3 was one of the ones that hit Etten.
Okay, well that's a crit. Do you double the dice or double the damage?
Double dice.
Double dice. Okay. $14 points of bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Bludgeoning when you're just punching?
Yep. You
Bludgeoning
kill him
damage.
twice over.
I punch him into the ground.
Yeah. There is now a clear goblin imprint in the snow where you just...
No, it's slowly becoming pink.
And
yeah.
Just for flavor, like this hulking Goliath is just gonna turn and look down at the next goblin in line.
Whack a goblin.
Like a goblin.
That would be their turn. So number 5 and number 6 freak out. And following the massacre of the last 5 seconds, number 4 looks at you. And runs away towards the tower, screaming
Do I get an
in
attack of
goblin.
opportunity?
He
I'm second in the turn order, so if I can take a shot, I will.
I'll check something. If I roll under a 50, or let's say if I roll a 1, yes, he was close enough for you to punch. Otherwise, he would have been a little too far.
I have long
Nah,
arms.
a little too far.
I have long arms, Simon.
I know, but they can also disengage as a bonus action. So
But
he
as
runs
next in
away
front-
screaming, waving his arms.
How far away is he from Sarkia?
60. Actually, he can make it all the way to the other tower. So
Yes,
he,
but is that 120 feet away?
it's
from him?
120 feet on the dot.
So that means I can still do it.
Yes. He's like,
Yeah. No, 11 to hit.
you fire into the tower.
Kelly can't ever do the cool thing. Oh well.
But what about Ragnar?
Well, now
Who's
it's
right
Ragnar's
on the other
turn.
side of the tower.
Yeah.
I
It's
guess
now
he
your turn.
essentially ran into me.
He ran towards the tower. He would have run past you.
So I guess I can just murder him then.
I mean, if you want to.
How close would he ran past me?
10 feet, we'll say.
Then I won't shoot him. An attempt to just tackle him.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
You guys
just,
are too nice.
well, I just don't want him.
trying to burn him to
I
death.
just don't want him to alert the tower any more than they've probably already screamed.
That would be an athletics check opposed by his dexterity. As you jump off the bird.
Athletics or acrobatics?
He
Dun,
gets
dun,
to
dun.
choose, but he chooses acrobatics, which he has just a +2 in it.
15.
So 15 and 15, but your modifier is higher, so we'll go with yours. You jump off the bird and just rugby tackle him into the ground. As you do so, the back of the tower begins to lower like a small drawbridge. And you would see the top of the head of 3 other goblins, 1 in the middle, 2 on each side.
Oh, if I see any movement from the tower, I would just like immediately put like my sword in the other goblin's throat when he's on the ground, just like a coup de grace thing, just like that. God damn it!
That would have mechanically to be on your next turn.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, he's not gonna live long.
Yeah, his life depended on whether or not they had.
None of them are gonna live long. They hurt Etten.
Yeah, no one touches
I mean,
Etten.
to be fair, that was entirely Eden's
To be
fault.
fair, no, it wasn't.
It was 100% Eden.
Nope.
He walked up to a group of goblins that we knew had bows and arrows, and was like, "Please shoot me, sirs," and they did.
Alize, you're up.
Yeah. So, so I can, from where I am, I'm still in the air. I can see how many heads from, like, do I have a different perspective, point of view, or?
No, because the thing is still like barely opening. So if you can see them, but they have a lot of cover, like you barely see their foreheads.
Okay. So I'll just shoot like an arrow and like repeat myself saying that, you know, one last chance. We just want the sled. So just run for your lives and shoot an arrow.
All right, shoot at who?
To one of the goblins that were left, like closest probably, that I can see.
So those that surrendered earlier.
No, not those ones. the ones in the tower. That,
Oh,
like,
that would be 120 feet away. So that would be with disadvantage,
yeah.
which means that an 11 doesn't hit. Your arrow sticks
hit.
into the tower.
Okay.
So you shout your ultimatum, fire an arrow. You don't
Warning
see
shot.
them yet. Yeah.
the
You
one-
don't see them yet, so you're not sure if it really resonated with them or not. Etin.
Oh, is it
And
my turn
sorry,
again?
And I try to get close to using my movement. Like
30
get
feet
to
closer.
Fled to, like
Ga-
closer to the. Yeah.
So now all of the ones at the
The ones around the
dwarven
sled,
sled, they're all surrendered and running away.
one ran away and has been thrown to the ground by Ragnar. And the other 2 decided to surrender. And you, like, next turn, let's say in game terms, they will try to run away in, like, opposite directions.
Okay, let them go. I will move my full movement, which is only 30 feet, closer to the big tower, which puts me 90 feet away. Correct?
90 feet away from it, yeah. I mean, unless you wanted to, like, still move your 15 feet last turn.
Yes, I would have walked forward.
Sure. So you're 75 feet away from them, but you are 60 feet away from Ragnar and the grappled goblin.
And I'm the only person that's been hit, correct? Or did somebody else get
Elephine got hit.
nicked, though, right? Just a little bit of poke damage.
Tis but a scratch.
I think it was like 3 damage or something.
Yeah. Well, my healing skills are not used yet. I'm gonna fire a guiding bolt just at this tower. Just like...
Ooh,
I don't think I can actually hit one of them. I'm just gonna fire at the opening door.
Ooh, it depends. You could try to hit them. They have three-quarters cover, so I think it's... they have a +5 to their AC.
Yep, I'm gonna aim at this giant cart and see if the light of Lathander can set it ablaze. Even though it's radiant damage, I know that. But
It might, depending on the damage.
So roll to hit a cart.
I mean, you hit for sure, but roll in case
Okay.
it would be a crit.
Okay.
Like you would
not a
have,
crit.
you would have hit like a weak spot or something.
That's a 19.
Nah, so it's just the... You hit it, that's for sure.
And I do 15 points of radiant.
15 points of radiant. What I'll say is, because of how shoddily made this tower is, with a 15, you send your guiding bolt straight into the door, and it shatters into pieces. It sends splinters all over the place. Ragnar has to sort of cover his face with an arm very quickly as the branches and planks just break apart. They still shine all around the ground because, you know, everyone has advantage to attack 2x4s if they want to. But it reveals inside, hello raiders, it reveals inside 3 goblins. One clearly bigger goblin than the other 2. The one standing in the middle. She has long red, like dark red hair tied up in a big braid, and is missing an ear and part, like there's a big scar down her face. And in her left hand is a leather glove that you would use for, you know, handling hawks and other birds of prey.
Whoops.
And she looks a little miffed.
When the tower blows apart and they're standing there, I'm going to stand up to my full height and go, "Hello."
Yes.
They will learn to fear this noise. So we're introducing goblins named 7 and 8, as well as Isobai. And they're not happy. Helafine. The door's shattered to pieces.
Yeah. How far am I from the tower?
Since you walked a bit, I'd say you'd be like 100 feet.
100 feet?
Yep.
I was past the first cart.
Yeah, but the first cart was 120 feet from the tower.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then I will do it again. I'll use my full movement and then spend a key point to dash to go again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull one of the pins out of my buns, and I'm gonna throw it at Brady McBig Gobblerson.
Okay.
She doesn't deserve a real name.
I think we decided her name was Edelweiss.
Edelweiss?
19. I love these dice. These dice have rolled better for me than anything else. So 19 plus 6, so 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool.
Um,
For 8 damage. Piercing.
how much?
8.
8. You throw your pin, and with an almost supernatural speed, she takes the goblin next to her and hoists it up. And that goblin gets hit right in the eye with the pin, and she just throws his limp body on the ground.
It was rude.
Number 8 is dead, y'all.
He's mad about the bird.
Yep, they can do that, by the way.
Meat shield.
Yep. She can just... It's a reaction, but she can choose, like, another goblin and be like, you're... hit. There we go.
That's cool.
She's only got one poor goblin, though, so, like...
Yeah, I know. She doesn't have many disposable goblins.
Minions.
Yeah. But it's their turn.
I feel
The
like
goblin...
you can buy those in bulk at Costco.
The goblin next to Mech Goberson, or whatever the name you gave her was, picks up his tiny bow. And he looks to the redhead goblin, to Isobai, and says something in goblin, and then fires at Ragnar.
Ooh, if I'm on the ground, doesn't he get disadvantage?
Yes, but he still fires at you. With a 9. Doesn't hit. The
I
goblin...
just look at him very angrily.
The goblin underneath you, though, I'm gonna have to ask you to make a DC 10 athletics check. He's trying to run away. Yeah, no, he squirmed in your grip, but could not do anything. And Hisobai herself will walk down from the tower, drawing a curved sword from her back, and going to town. And go to town on Ragnar. On a 22 and a 13.
22 hits, 13 doesn't.
Alright. Then you would take 8 points of damage as she just gashes you along your side.
So do I get to lift the goblin over and...
Nah, you don't have that power. Sucks to be a character
it's a
that can
feat.
level up, I guess.
It's Goblin Shield. It's a feat.
But that's up to that's it for her. She looks very angry at Ragnar, by the way. Like she has a vendetta against you. Sarkia.
How far out from the tower did she move?
Oh, that is
far away
true.
was
She
Ragnar?
had to walk 15 feet.
15?
Yes, so she
So
is
if I
15
move-
closer. So right now, she is within 60 feet of Etin. And she's definitely within range of Elefine, whatever Elefine wants to do next turn.
Rip her
Because,
arms off.
so last turn I would have moved to hit the other goblin, or try to hit the other goblin, which would put me at 90 feet.
Yep.
If I moved to my full movement, would I be within 30 feet of her at this point?
You would have to spend your action to dash to get to that.
Okay, so I'll move my full movement, but I won't.
You won't run.
And then I will do like some really cool fancy movement, because fancy, which means I'm probably gonna miss. And cast firebolt.
At
15
who?
to hit. At Edelweiss.
15 hits Mama Goblin.
Woohoo! Mother. I leave D&D forever.
Wait, okay. No, that's just stupid. The way the wording of this ability is means that she could have technically swapped places with the goblin under Ragnar.
No, that's silly.
She
She's
would
just
have
suddenly like, oh, you look nice. Here, let me lay down. No.
Yeah, that's it.
Excuse me, sir, could you lift your sword for just like a second? Like, just a second.
Just gonna slide.
That was Sarkia. Ragnar.
I'm gonna say that the 1 damage, like, put a scar on the other, like, burned the other side of her face. I'm like, there you go.
Sure.
I am match. Okay.
Alright. I will sort of dismissively stand up and sort of half, not quite, throw the goblin underneath me away and tell him to, flee. And draw my swords. And as I do so, I will cast Zephyr Strike on myself. I don't know why it...
Yeah, it rolls damage automatically for some reason, even though you don't use it right away.
Yeah, okay, so I just have that on myself, and then I will attack her.
Zephyr Strike is a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm going to attack her with both of my short swords. I have two
you would
weapon
only...
fighting.
Yeah, but it's still a bonus attack to attack with the second one.
Oh, that's right. So I would just hit her with the one sword.
Yep. Yes, that hits.
It would be 5, and then I roll the Zephyr Strike damage. Unless you just want to take what it already rolled there.
Oh yeah, I'll take what it already rolled there because I'm gonna use her ability again. And she's gonna quickly shift to the goblin that was earlier underneath you and throw him in the path of your blades so that you skewer him. She's just flinging goblins left and right for you to kill. Alize.
Am I close enough to try to hit her with an arrow?
If you kept moving last turn and you move
Yeah.
this turn, yes.
Okay, so that's what I'll do.
All right. That hit. Well, technically that would be a 15, but 15 hits, and she does take 10 point of damage because she's in melee, and she doesn't have a goblin nearby to throw in the way of your arrow.
Haha.
So she quickly switched places with the other one, only to get an arrow into the back. Etten.
Yes, I would like to step forward another 30 feet.
You are now 30 feet away, sir.
And I will cast Sacred Flame on her as my action.
Sure. Dex save, right?
That is correct. 14.
Meh. No, she fails.
And she takes 7 points of damage. And then for my bonus action, I would like to yell out, Fancy Pins, the light of Lathander shield you, and cast Shield of Faith on him. +2 bonus to AC.
I'm gonna mutter something in Celestial under my breath. That sounds a lot like swearing.
What was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Helafine.
Evil guy.
There are
Yeah,
now two goblins remaining. Isobai, who just took an arrow between her shoulder blades, and a sacred flame. She's about 10 feet away from you. The other one is about 30 feet away from you. 25 to be precise.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to Aesilvi and just give her a quick, like, uppercut. You know,
As you do.
make it hurt.
Yep.
Cool, that's a dirty 20.
Yes, that hits.
Cool. For 7 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
So I would like to believe that even though this goblin is bigger than the other goblins, I'm probably still way bigger than her. So this punch is probably going to take her a couple of inches off the ground, and then she's just going to, with a giant thud.
She falls flat, and she does not get back up. With that, the last goblin freaks out and just mutters in common, "No! No, take me! No, take me!" Sarkia.
Sarkia will run her full 30 feet.
Uh-huh.
Which should put her within a little bit of him.
Mhm.
Within 30 feet of him. And this is just flavoring, because I don't think it's actually possible. But she's going to do the nifty thing where, you know, she holds up her hand and she's got the big ball of gonna kill you in her hand, which would be a witch bolt. And she's like, then give me a reason not to.
And he might when we come back from the holiday break.
Oh no, that's too far away.
But yes, we already ran over a good 20 minutes. Sorry about that, but yes.
We were beating the crap out of things.
Yes,
Because
we
they
were.
goblins. Etten.
They should've listened
What
to me.
level are you, everyone?
2.
3.
No, you mean 3.
Yay!
Dun,
I get
dun,
another key point!
dun. I don't get another sorcery point because I'm a wizard.
Better than that, you now get the ability to deflect arrows, which probably would have came in handy at the start of this fight.
Yeah,
I mean, I could have used Stone's Endurance and been fine, but,
but it's 3 points.
you know, rub some dirt on it. It'll be fine.
Walk it off.
Do I increase my sneak attack damage, even though I can never sneak to anybody thanks to
Because of
Ragnar and Etten?
No, you actually. So whenever, remember, to my, whenever someone is fighting in melee with your target, you do sneak.
You get sneaky
Yeah,
sneakies.
yeah.
And
It's-
flanking if Simon does flanking.
Oh no, I don't. No, flanking just gives advantage if you use the rule.
Disadvantage,
Yeah,
okay.
but the rogue, even without that rule, it works the same. But that said, we can talk about new toys and new shiny things after the stream. Let's just go around the table. If you have anything to plug for the holiday break, now is the time. I know you talked a bit about it earlier because I was listening when I was away.
Oh.
So let's talk about all of that. If you have anything to plug, anywhere that people can find you over on the internet, we'll start with the same order as we did the intro. So we'll start with Sarkia and we'll finish with myself.
Sarkia just realized she doesn't get anything for level 3, so she's not excited.
You get second level spells.
Oh, that's true. Boom. Okay, so yes, hi, I'm Kelly. I'm the Opera Geek. I do lots of tabletop playing on other people's channels. I do variety streaming on my channel. I've most recently been seen failing miserably at Civ 6 4 times in one stream. It's very exciting. And tomorrow will be my last stream before I also go on a small holiday break for several days. I'm not sure what I'm going to stream yet, though. Should be fun. Other than that, I have things I can't announce yet. But they're cool, so maybe come back next time and I can announce them. That's me. I'm married to him. Is your turn? No, it's you. Yeah, you.
Muted. Ragnar, you're next.
You're muted.
I was muted because you were talking.
Hmm.
I'm Ragnar, aka Pirate Jesus. You can find me on the Twitters or just the general internets. I am usually here trying to keep these wonderful people alive as the light of Lathander leads them along the path of.
No, you're the light of Lathander now.
Oh, God.
You have the protection of the light of the thunder.
I am bathed in the light of Lathander, and I am one of the fishes. And we will see where
You
that
sound like a
wonderfulness.
cult.
I
You
mean,
know what? You know what? The
I
shirt.
think we need more than 5 to be
No,
a cult.
it's fine.
You
Um,
need
Bishop
like at least
Lathander.
6.
I
6
think-
or more to be a
Well,
cult.
if you count the fish on the wall too.
Oh yeah.
No,
Wow.
we don't. We
But-
have to get him
Wow.
first.
What
Once
if
we
we-
have the fish.
Like, what if we all had the shirts that said "Oh, hello" on the front, and on the back it was like 1 of 5, 2 of
I mean,
5.
shirts are sort of my thing.
Once we get a shirt, then we're a cult, and I don't know if I can be a part of that.
What if we call it a club?
It's just very exclusive.
Then it's just a lie.
Okay.
Alice,
Alright.
you're next.
I am Timai, and you can find me on Twitter under Professor XR. And this has been my only game that I've been streaming. But a new game is coming up in 2021. In January, we're starting a World of Darkness, The Vampire the Masquerade, which I'm super excited about. It is going to be by Stories Before Sunrise, and we are playing Chicago by night, and the game is called The Red Star. So yeah, I'm building my character as we speak. I might have some colorful hair. I'm so super excited.
Etin. Hello.
Ooh, I'm Justice. I've been your town greeter for today. You can find me on all the socials at Stashmandu. I'm new to Twitter, so I'm over there. If you want to see lots of pictures of my face, you can find me on Instagram. And we're taking a bit of a break on Bard and Barbarian. That's Diana and Mai's channel. I'm half the team over there. But we're coming back next year with a lot of really fun stuff. We've got a couple new shows that we're coming out with. And we're going to expand our streaming profile. And I just got invited to do a charity game on the 26th. I don't know anything about it yet, but follow me on the socials, and it should be a fun game. It's Scum and
Is it-
Villainy, which is a new one for me. I've not seen it before.
It's at 5 Pacific over on Q Times.
5 Pacific over at Q Times. That's me. Hello. Goodbye.
Hello. And Helafine, where can we find you?
Hey guys, I'm Diana D'Amico. I am the Dice affiliate and product manager over at Die Hard Dice. I'm on Twitter at D'Amico Diana. You can. A lot of my stuff's on break right now. Denver by Night just went on break. We finished up Wraith, which if you haven't watched, I highly recommend. We finished it on Friday. Justice and I are terrible to each other on that game. Yeah,
They really are.
It's if you've never seen or played Wraith, it is the darkest part of the world of darkness, like by a long shot. Justice is Right will be coming back with some really cool stuff next year, including a 4-part vampire series that Kelly is going to be on. I'm super excited about.
Wait, what?
Oh,
kidding.
hello.
Maybe not. Maybe she forgot and doesn't care
No, I
about me
did
at all.
not. I did not
Um,
forget.
And all kinds of other cool stuff. But yeah, just find me on Twitter because that's where I announce things as I remember them.
Thank you everyone for coming. I am Simon at Wandering DM. You can find me again on December 26th because we won't have another stream this week. Cyberpunk is on hiatus for the holidays, but December 26th, on Saturday, I'll be at over on High Shelf Gaming for the 12 days of gaming, GMing my first ever game of Castle Falkenstein. If you want to come see a roleplay heavy game of intrigue in Victorian London, come swing by. It's all for charity, so there's donations if you want to add stuff to the game and all that. And then I will be... Oh, that's true. On the 23rd, so on Wednesday, over on Cyberpunk Uncensored, I get to finally sit down after over a year and play a character in Cyberpunk Red, which I cannot wait. I've already made my rocker boy, my teen idol rocker boy that I love so much. Yes, Kelly, rocker boy is my favorite class in Cyberpunk.
He was a rocker boy.
I mean, who plays Rocker Boy, to be honest? I mean, come on.
That guy.
And you.
Don't judge me. I play
Never me,
Orko
right?
in the
Okay.
video game.
And
But I had to do it.
also, so 23rd, Cyberpunk Uncensored, 26th, 12 Days of Gaming, and I will be back next year for a bunch of new things. Thank you, everyone, for following along thus far. Thank you, players, for taking time off on your Mondays to play in this campaign. It is not done. It is not done. It is about 20% done, but we'll see what else could happen and how bad things can get.
Good.
Or how good.
Or how good. Yes. Oh no, things can be
Wait.
absolutely
That
without a
depends
hitch.
There's only the one song recording for that fish, right?
Yes.
Why would you mention that? Because now he's going to make more.
He didn't do it. Sirenscape did.
Right.
Oh, I can
But
record
now
some.
he can make more.
On that note,
And-
ciao everyone. Have a good holiday, and we'll see you again
Remember
in 2
us
weeks.
fondly.
Bye.
Bye-bye.